On today's episode 33 of Sculpt N Create, it's one for every creator who's ever felt pulled in 10 different directions: music, film, family, work, dreams, reality. And you're trying to build something real without losing yourself in the process. Because today I'm sitting down with Chris Mohead, a hip-hop artist, actor, filmmaker, and interview talk show host out of Columbia, South Carolina. He's the mind behind High-Low Art Entertainment. He just dropped a project called The Kickback on all streaming platforms, and he also starred in a Tubi film called Vivid. But what I really respect about Chris is how he thinks. He's not just chasing the moment, he's building a world. We get into how he creates concept albums like movies, how he blends conscious messages without preaching, how he's building an artist platform with his interview show 600 Seconds, and how he's moving like a full creative company, not just an artist with songs. So if you're an artist trying to find your lane, a creative trying to monetize without selling your soul, or somebody who needs that reminder to take the chance and bet on what you love, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. Episode 33 with Chris Mohead. And while you're listening, make sure you hit subscribe or follow and drop a comment with your biggest takeaways from the episode. Welcome to Sculpt N Create, where fitness fuse creativity in helping artists, entertainers, and creators on their journey towards their physical, personal, and career growth. I'm your host, Trader Fit Artist, and who I have with me today is Chris Mohead. He's a hip-hop artist, actor, filmmaker, and interview talk show host. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Hey, appreciate you having me, man. Happy to be here.
Man, I'm glad you can make it, man. So before we really just hop into it, man, let everybody know where they can find you, book you, listen to your music, so on and so forth. That's basically set your links out.
For sure, man. I'm Chris Mohead, man. All my links, all my social media is just my name, Chris Mohead. That's Mohead. And my company is called High-Low Art. It's basically a record label and entertainment company, and it's HYLOART on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
cool.
all my music is on all streaming platforms and everything like that under Chris Mohead.
Okay. Cool, man. Y'all check Chris out. All right. Yeah. So you got a couple things, man. A lot of ways that we can go on this call today, man. Talk to me. We'll start with the music and so forth. That's what initially why you here. So let's talk about that. So what type of music do you make? And, what's your style? Who you looking to convey to, or what's your needs, or who you looking to reach and so forth?
Man, I always say I'm a hip hop artist, man, because I feel like I do so much. I don't know how to pinpoint the genre, but to me, hip hop is just black culture. You know what I mean? And musically. So sometimes I might rap, sometimes I might hit a little melody or something like that, but I wouldn't call myself a singer though. You know what I mean? And my biggest influence is Outkast, man. Outkast, #1 fan here. And guys like Kanye, Childish Gambino, Kid Cudi, like the more hip hop but melodic, like, quote unquote weirdo rappers, stuff like that. Like that's what always inspired me growing up.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. And you from where are you from?
Columbia, South Carolina, man.
Okay, cool, man. Shout out to Columbia, man. I'm here in Jackson, Mississippi. So I definitely, when you said Outkast, so I do hear the few songs that I heard on the Kickback. Definitely heard some South influence, but we're gonna get into that in a second. But
yes, sir.
So so what would you say your style is? Like, is you lyrical, or is you vibe? You a personality rapper? Whatever the case is.
I go back and forth on this so much, man, because people will turn around and call me a conscious rapper. Okay. I don't know how to categorize myself. I don't really think about it like that when I'm creating. I just kind of create from what I'm feeling, because you could call it conscious, but you heard the album The Kickback. I'm talking about turning up and drinking and stuff like that. But I guess it's still like a conscious in there, because I'm recognizing that what I'm doing ain't really the best thing to be doing. So I guess you could call it like modern day backpack rap, modern day conscious, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Now when you said that, now what comes to mind, because this is what I heard in the first few songs. I want to pull that record back up. I'm thinking it's On Earth. Yeah, On Earth. I heard Kendrick, in there. Yeah. So Kendrick, you had a kind of West Coast type of vibe in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so forth. And with that said, that when you said that, like you said, the the kickback, you saying, you know, you chilling there and having fun, but at the same time, you saying this, you shouldn't be doing these certain things. That's akin to when you hear that's akin to swimming pools.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
no, you hit the nail on the head, man. I think Kendrick, I love Kendrick, first of all, because Kendrick, I think, mastered the art of like, I can be conscious without preaching to you. Like, I can still make a dope song. Like, you recognize the lesson that I'm teaching you through my own mistakes, through my own flaws, rather than me trying to tell you, like, this is what's wrong with the community and stuff. I'm telling you what I'm doing wrong, and then hoping that you take lessons from it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah, so that definitely, that's what I'm saying. I did hear that in the first and on Earth and so forth. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I, like I said, I like, okay, I see he say from South Carolina, but he got that West Coast vibe in there, because in another song you doing those Kendrick type ad libs too, you know, and everything.
Yeah,
you know, so
I mean,
so.
it's all in there, man. I got a lot of different influences mixed in. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's fair to say. Yeah, Kendrick, for sure.
Yeah, okay. But you would say that your style is not really like in a box, in a sense. So it's like you got different, like, multiple influences and then different styles and stuff as well, would you say?
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't really like being put in a box at all. Like, when somebody does try to tell me what type of artist I am, I think I find myself trying to like do something different to come up out of that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whatever they try to put me in. So I don't really like being put in a box.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, with hip hop, now they might do it a little bit with other genres, but mostly with hip hop, I feel like we need subgenres instead of just saying hip hop, because some things don't really like fit into the whole hip hop space. You know, some of it. So, you know, some of it singing, rap singing, some of it more emo and stuff like that. But if it's not all the way R&B, rock, or country or whatever, they gonna put it right there in hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. And it's a difference. To me, it's the difference between hip hop and rap.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like consider myself a rapper, because I don't think I really be on like lyrical miracle timing like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I'm more like, I like flows and stuff like that. I like melodies too, along with a message. So I agree. You should have subgenres, man. I want to create my own genre. I want to be in my own lane.
Okay, let's talk about that. If you were able to create your own genre, what would your genre be?
My own genre, it would just be like,
what it would be called, so to speak.
What would it be called, man?
Yeah. And then also, like, what would it entail, and what's the style and everything? But, you know, just paint a picture for us, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you, like, the way my imagination works when I create music. I know it's gonna sound weird, but I try to make something that sounds like you riding through you riding through the dark woods in a spaceship.
Okay.
So just imagine, like,
right.
I like to mix a little bit of electronic sound, almost like futuristic sounds, and mix that with like a earthly sound. You know what I mean? So you'll hear like nature sounds and stuff like that, and the type of beats that I choose and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I don't like to create with intention of trying to fit in a certain sound. I just kind of create what I feel. You know what I mean? Go base it off of what I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Okay, so you wouldn't know what to call it, huh? What about the genre?
I wouldn't, man. I think that's for like media and stuff like that to come up with the name.
I guess like they need to say maybe a mixed genre, and just, you know, and let it be ambiguous like that, you know. So whoever in that genre, they have their own blends wherever lane they coming from, or I would say, I don't know, but that is something to speak about, because I was talking about too as well with B.O.B. when he first got on, and he was more pop hip hop, and that's what he was on a trajectory in that way. But he's not really in a box. He didn't want to really be put inside a box. He got a different type of artist, and when he started swaying from that, his fans wasn't feeling it. And I think it's too on the listeners too, but on the mainstream scale. But I don't know if it's like, I don't know how it is on the independent scale and so forth. But I know on the mainstream scale, people want to hear you just this one way, and you try to experiment, do too much of the same thing, or you just rapping the same style. Then you switch it up. I miss the old person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know what it is, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm fond of artists like that, like B.O.B. who you can step into any genre.
Mm-hmm.
He had the guitar. He could go do a pop song. He could do a country song. He could step in, do like some trap stuff. That's why I like guys like Kendrick. I mean like Kanye
Yeah.
And Travis Scott. But
Okay.
probably my favorite producer, one of my favorite artists too is Pharrell.
Okay.
Because he can do that. Pharrell can work with anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? He don't put himself to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He don't put no limitations on himself. And I think
Right.
that's a good way to go. Because I could go do the pop song, you know what I mean, and do the big label song and then turn around and do some underground like mixtape stuff with a local artist too. Like that's kind of how I want to be.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, Timberland is another one that comes to mind with that, you know, regardless of what the people saying about him now. But yeah, he do have that crossover appeal, you know, and so forth and everything as well. But yeah, I definitely feel you with that, especially with his Neptune days up until, you know, when he branching out. Now he shocked me that when he was, and I don't know why he don't do more of it, because he definitely can rap, you know, and so forth. I don't know why he don't do more, but when he featured, he definitely gonna show out on his features and so forth when you do the hip hop rap scene and so forth.
Yeah, for sure. I heard he was shy, man. I don't know. I heard he was
that
like,
what it is?
I think I heard that somewhere he don't really like the spotlight like that. Like he like producing for other people.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I get you. You got something like that, and since you said that, they say Andre 3000 like that too as well.
Yeah.
And most of us artists are introverts at heart anyway.
Yeah.
I make music. I'm a creative. I'm in the research and development stage and so forth, but I haven't got anything recorded yet. But I am an introvert. I like being to myself and, you know, and everything just in solitude. I'm a people person at the same time. You know, being a fitness coach, you got to be personable, but at the same time, I like being, you know, I like being to myself. So yeah, with that said, with Andre 3000, that probably a little bit of, because I heard that they said that he didn't really want to rap like that or whatever.
He said it too. He said, you know what I mean? He always was like that. Even early Outkast, like it seemed like there was one album where he was like straight rapping, like the first album where he wanted to be a rapper. Then right after that, starting with AT-Aliens, he started doing more experimental stuff. He started like humming more and, you know what I mean, talking about aliens and stuff. You could tell he didn't really connect with hip hop after he made like a, you know, a change or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I think as an artist, you got to allow yourself to be able to change and grow, you know. But, yeah.
And the more I talk about it, I can see probably why his contention with making another or coming up with his own first hip hop album and solo albums, I should say. And he talking about his age as well. When I'm gonna rap about a colonoscopy and like, you know, everybody saying we want to hear, man, we want to hear, talk about that, because we want to hear that, you know. But
my real quick, I'm gonna say one thing. My fear with Andre though, when people saying like they feel betrayed because he's not dropping an album, like I don't necessarily want to hear, even though he's my favorite artist, I don't want to hear an album from somebody who doesn't want to make an album. Like I don't want him to force an album out and then he feel like it's not good. You know what I mean? I want him to like put out what he think is good. You know what I mean? That's just, I would love to hear another Outkast album and all of that. But if he say he not feeling it inspired, I don't want to hear uninspired. That would ruin, you know, that would ruin.
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting it's perspective that I haven't heard anybody say. Yeah, because they're like when you saying somebody cooking, they ain't cooking with love, and they cook it angrily, you know, and everything. So that's what it is. Okay, I feel you on that. I agree when you say it like that. Well, look, I don't want no. Here y'all go, huh? You know what I'm saying? I don't want.
Exactly. Nobody want that.
I get you. Okay, I feel you on that. All right, so let's more so talk about, you know, so for is the Kickback a little bit more and going towards now another one. Now, like I said, when I first heard Too Drunk at the Kickback, you got another, like I said, okay, yeah, he from the South. When I, because you got that 3-6 Project Pack type of flow on there, you know, and everything like that. So like, so I like, okay, okay, he from the South. Then he switched it up with On Earth. I like, okay, now that's West Coast. So definitely, I can see you going all, you know, over the place for your talent and wherever your creativity takes you and so forth.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it now. For us, what was your approach when you came up with the Kickback? Like, what was your mindset? Like the reasoning for it?
So basically, I can't tell you exactly where the whole idea started, but I know I wanted to make an album. Like when I think about a concept album,
Mm,
even like on a more technical side, I try to think of like what's an environment where you can experience a bunch of different emotions, where you can feel like you can experience a heartbreak, you
mm,
can have fun,
okay.
you might see a fight happen, you might see this, you might see that happen. So I try to
Mm,
think of like I came at it from that first to
okay.
try to put like I don't like being boxed in, but I wanted to put some type of limitations on my creativity. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, now let's make music that fits in this environment of like a
Mm,
party or a kickback. And that, and that's where that all came from. But also the thing that's interesting to me about a kickback is a lot of people turn up and smoke and drink to escape their
yeah.
problems, their depression and anxiety and things like that. So I think that's basically what the concept of the album is a person like going through something, grieving or whatever the case may be,
Mm,
and deciding like I'm not gonna deal with that. I could have made a depressing album about like some depressing stuff, but I was like,
yeah.
instead I'm gonna make an album about me avoiding depressing stuff, by turning up and having fun and showing how that could lead to, different things. So that was where the whole concept came from, the kickback.
Okay. All right. So kind of like maybe a Friday type feel, where there's a lot of
Exactly.
different things going on. And
If
so, yeah.
Friday, yeah, exactly. Friday is
Okay.
genius because they framed the whole movie from a porch, and so many different things can happen in a black community on the front porch in a day.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, same concept.
Okay. I feel you on that. So now creating it, like how long did it take, and like what was your approach when like making it? Like when you had put it into a concept, like was it like, okay, these first few songs, the structure of it all, these first few songs, I'm gonna take you down here, then the next couple songs, I'm gonna take you this way, so on and so forth.
Well, first of all, I record right here at the crib, just so you
Okay.
know.
Okay. Cool.
So I got plenty of like time to sit and think and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I'm also I'm a film. I make films and stuff too. I write films and stuff.
Yeah. Which I want to get into that too
Yeah,
as well. But go
we're
ahead.
gonna get in that for sure. But the
Okay.
biggest thing with writing films is the three act structure. So I incorporate that into my music. Like the
Okay.
first act, introduce the setting, what's going on. You know what I mean? The second act, that's when you start introducing the issues, the problems, and how they getting over them problems. And then the third act is like the culmination of everything. How have you changed since the beginning to the end?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I structure my albums. Like the first
Mm,
act is gonna be the more fun records. The
mm,
more, the too drunk, we getting drunk, we having fun. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Even like something like On Earth, where I'm just kind of spitting and it's more of like an upbeat type of song.
Yeah.
Then you get the second act, you get into like too high. Like I'm getting too high and I'm thinking about all the problems that's going on and stuff like that. And eventually you get to the hangover, or you get to I'm So Lonely, you get
Yeah.
to the hangover, which is more like, introspective, depressing, almost like the issues that you was trying to avoid done
Mm,
caught up with you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's yeah, that's kind of how I approach creating my projects. Like I like to make a concept. I like to have a story. I don't like to just give a collection of songs. You
Okay.
feel me? I try to put all my talents for storytelling into, into use in that way.
Yeah, I feel you. And that's what I again, that's you using a Kendrick type of
Yeah.
type of approach or whatever. But yeah, that's how I think albums should be instead of it just put together. Now, if it's a collection of something, then that fits the more mixtape type of
Hmm.
of creation and so forth. Or you just putting a couple songs together and that fit a certain vibe or a certain type of aesthetic that you're trying to convey. But at the same time, with the album is more conceptualized. You usually working with one producer, so it's one type of sound from one person or two
Hmm.
collaborators in that aspect. So y'all definitely putting y'all heads together to make one big, one conceptualized piece of music and so forth. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I did definitely agree with that. So you want to approach it differently than you would or a mixtape.
Yeah, man. Like you can see in the background a little bit. I got like some of my favorite CDs up on
Okay.
this wall,
Yeah, I see it
and
in
it's
the
like,
corner.
man, look, I love CDs. Like being a kid, I love to put my headphones in and just lock in and listen
Okay.
to a CD from start to finish.
Okay.
And I feel like that was more prevalent back in like the early 2000s and stuff than it
Yeah.
is now, where people not really, putting albums together like that. You don't see
Yeah.
it too often no more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to
Okay.
keep that going.
Okay, so that means you're around my time. So how old are you? I'm 39.
I'll be 33 in
Okay.
a few days actually.
All right, cool. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. So definitely. Do you remember the cassettes a little bit?
When I was little
Yeah.
when they had cassettes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was CDs for me.
CDs for you more so. Yeah. I came like between. I'm 86, so I knew of the 8 tracks, but but it more so the cassettes. Then the CDs came in, so
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
coming in right together and so forth. But okay, I feel you on that, definitely, man. So now when it comes to with that or whatever, what do you think of? I see that for the album you have, they say doing an album in less than, or we're doing an EP is less than it's a certain amount of minutes or whatever what
Mm-hmm.
constitutes as an album versus what constitutes as an EP. So I'm thinking yours right at the EP stage or whatever. So what's the reason behind that? Not an EP and not like a full LP.
Well, to me, I think it's an album. They
Okay.
got like a lot of shorter albums too. Like
Okay.
I think about George Clinton and them. Funkadelic is fan. I'm a fan of them too, and
Okay.
they got like 30-minute albums and stuff. But for
Okay.
me, the whole point of doing that is like people in the up and coming like open mic stage. You want somebody to listen to your album, but a lot of times I look on there and it's like 30 songs, like a 45-minute thing. You know what I mean? So I just think like for the aesthetics of it, if I ask you to listen to my album and you look and it's only 30 minutes, you like, oh, I got 30 minutes. I'm on the way to work or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I try to keep it short and sweet, even though
Okay.
I would like to do like a more full length, longer piece. But yeah, I try to keep it low risk for you, for the listener.
Not like I don't know what Chris Brown album was that, but I know he had a whole bunch of songs on there.
Yeah, with like 50 songs. My wife loved Chris Brown, man, and he got like a double disc album with 22 songs each. I'm like,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah, that goes back to like you said, people don't. What do you think about that? Like we kind of feel it seems like we in a popcorn music era where people just want stuff quick. They don't really want to listen to a conceptualized album. They just like more so like a single era. Do you think albums will always be here, or do you think we're more moving it back into the singles like it was before?
I think I'm trying to move it back into album space, man. I think right now a lot of people are chasing streams. So it's like instead of me putting together an album that you got to listen to, it would be more financially beneficial for me to just give you all the songs that I have. I'm gonna give you 35 songs and then let you pick the single. Like whatever people gravitate towards, that's what I'm gonna push rather than me trying to actually give you something that I came up with myself. And the more songs that's on the album, the more streams I'm gonna get. Like I think that's the mindset right now. But I'm trying to make a project, man. I would even want to take it back to selling CDs in some kind of way. If there was a way to do that, get back to like making that be the more, because then you get more money for your work, for your,
Yeah. Okay. So so let's talk about that. Yeah. So you got some people, I don't know if you heard of Curtis King, but he was a person that took his music off of Spotify because he say, my art is worth more than under a penny. I don't know what is less than a penny, but they find a way to make it less than a penny.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you gotta get like 10 streams at least to get a penny. It's something like that. Like you gotta get a certain amount to get a penny.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, he was saying, there's some other stuff that they doing too, but that was one of them. He took his music off there. And, he was like, it ain't no money in streaming. And you hear some of the big people like Snoop and stuff like that talk about the not making enough money in the streaming world. So P is another person that comes to mind that was talking about this. So what is your take on that? Do you think your music should be on the streaming platforms or should not be on streaming platforms or go straight to the direct to consumer? Because the thing about that, I think like, do people know about this person who going direct to consumer? Like, it's a certain people that only gonna buy your hard copies and so forth.
Yeah, well, I think it's different. For one, I think it depends on the artist, man. Because in today's day and age, man, there is no like, it's a music industry, but it's kind of like everybody is their own industry. Like my fan base, like somebody like Kanye West, could regardless of what people say about him, he got like 20 million followers on Instagram. He could take his music off of everything and just sell CDs if he wanted to, and he would get all the money back for it. He can bypass all of that stuff. But somebody like, somebody like, I guess Drake or something, who kind of depends on the machine behind them Drake has a fan base too, but there's a lot of artists who depend on the machine, depend on the label, and the label is like, no, we need these singles and we need you to put it up on streaming services. But I think it just depends on the type of fan base you build for yourself. Like you could build that, you could figure out a way to build a cult following and have fans that genuinely love you. I think Nipsey Hussle used to sell CDs too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's like, it's not one way to do it for any artist. So I think if enough artists were going back to that, like if enough artists said, I got enough fans who love me, I'm pulling my stuff off streaming. If you want to hear my music, you know what I mean? You gotta get the physical copy. Yeah, I think that would be dope to get back to.
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe it should be like I said. The more I get into it, because I'm still researching. Once I get into it, like I'm gonna have to make the decision: do I want it on DSPs? Do I want to do hard? Stuff like that. But I'm thinking like with the streaming platform, maybe we not need to look at it from the financial standpoint. I understand it to a degree.
Mhm.
Maybe look at it as a marketing type degree. This is where people mostly can hear you, and then they can follow you elsewhere. But the other thing Curtis King was talking about is they don't give you any metrics, analytics and stuff like that. Like, like, okay, all my fans, who are these fans? Like, how can I reach them? I don't got no email or anything to tell them to come get my merch and so forth. They got all that stuff, So that's the problem right there. But I don't know what the bridge, the gap will be between that, but I think some of it will be more so like what we doing right here, being and people know more about us, who we is, get to see our personality, and then they follow that way. Okay, then the music should be probably the last thing that they go to. This is what I'm thinking, like, okay, oh, he made music. Okay, let me see what this man making. Then, so now you don't got him on the front end from where you got the email and all that stuff like that. You got their information and everything. They like you on everything. Now they listen to your music. Now you got another way to reach them. So you know who listening to your music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got
absolutely.
contacts and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. That the DSPs could be the marketing part of it, and then you can like push them to a way where it can go direct to consumer.
Right. Or even just even if you just add extra songs or something like that, have like a deluxe edition that's physical. Like I got something on streaming, and then I got like a deluxe version with bonus tracks and bonus music videos or something that you could download directly to your phone and things like that. I think I would like to do something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And definitely I see that, and I'm trying to say, and then also the merch thing as well.
Yeah, merch.
So because that's what I was talking to somebody about with as well, where somebody was saying, I seen somebody on YouTube saying like that's where the rap game is really. You have you have music around your merch and so forth. It's kind of product.
I was just gonna say what the rap game is now, man. It's hard for guys like you said, introverts. Because I'm definitely an introvert too. Whereas like you gotta basically be a what you call them an influencer. You gotta be a social media influencer first, and then a rap, and then an artist second. And I think that's probably the biggest hurdle right now for artists like me. Where it's like I love to create. I love being creative and stuff like that. And I don't always have the energy to get up and record a video of myself.
Right.
Being silly, like everybody don't want to do that all the time, but that's kind of where we're at until somebody finds a better way.
And like I said, there's another reason why I'm doing it. Not only just for my fitness stuff, but when I started making music, people still knowing me on this and stuff like that as well. But I know it would have to be different content when I started making music too as well, not just this alone. But this would be that entry point to that, and so forth. So, so the more I do this, the more people. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you're right. No one can just do one thing these days as an artist. You gotta do something else. You gotta do multiple things to get.
It's crazy, but that's we in the social media era. It ain't like when we first was growing up. The artists, it was hard to come with music. You had to wait till it come to the store to hear or on the radio. Now it's at your fingertip no matter where you go. So it's go ahead.
My bad, not to get too far off topic, but you just reminded me of a conversation I was having with somebody who said they said Drake was the new Michael Jackson, and we about went off on him. You don't realize like Michael Jackson sold 70 million copies of Thriller, and when it wasn't online, bro. You had to leave the house like that.
Right.
To this day, that baffles me, and I'm excited for the movie to come out too, the Michael Jackson movie.
Yeah.
But man, Michael Jackson is he is untouchable as an artist, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because people had to leave the house and actually go outside and pay money, pay $16 or whatever much it was
Mm-hmm.
to get a CD. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then take it home. And he sold 70 million of those. Like, even streaming, nobody is touching that with the with the new streaming model.
Mm-hmm.
To get 70 million, that's like it's like 5 billion streams to get
Yeah.
to that much. Like, it's something crazy, and nobody's getting that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to,
Yeah, oh no, that wasn't off topic. That was pretty much on topic. And then at the same time, they could be smudging those numbers too as well. They could be hyping them numbers up. You never know. You don't really got a real count of what's really real with that too as well when they control those numbers.
Yeah, you can't bot that, man. You can't do no bots when you're talking about going to the store and buying it.
Yeah, you can't. Ain't no robot going to the stores and buying that CD. So that's what I'm saying. I think a little bit of the new and the old has to exist for us artists to actually see a way. Now, like you said again before, every artist gonna have to find a way in their lane, depending on what they do and so forth. But I believe using both sides instead of saying it got to be one way. That's what I'm kind of, from my interviews and for what I'm researching, I'm seeing that like it might need to be both ways instead of just one. Because you can't just really expect that listener. Because I'm a fan too. You can't just expect for the fan or the consumer to keep buying that same album over and over, and so forth. So like once they got it, they got it. So what else after that? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is. And then like, okay, I like 20 different artists. So every time 20 different artists, I got to buy 20 different albums. Yeah. When I can go and they buy $10-$20 a pop. And when I can go to Apple Music and listen to all them 20 artists. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that also brings the quality down, man. Like the quality of art, like when you not paying them, for that, they don't feel the need to try to put more quality into their music. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, music don't hit the same like it used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it had to be a balance somewhere. We're going through a transition now, so it's definitely rough anytime you're going through a transition. So, but I believe we'll come out victorious from it. And independent, I still say will be the way, but we do definitely need some of the infrastructure if we want to get to another level. But it's just being, I think, finding our way of what successful means to us, not necessarily the accolades of somebody like a Drake or Taylor Swift or something like that, but whatever our success is. And once we kind of say what that is to our, from our own perspective, I think that will make it a lot more better instead of looking at everybody else's metric.
And I'm so glad you said that, man, because something that always kind of gets me is when people say, and I know they mean well, but when people say to me, like, when they say, when you make it, they be like, oh man, or they be like, you gonna make it. I'm like, I kind of feel like I already made it in my mind. Like, I feel like it's important to define what making it is, what success is to you, and not compare it to everybody else, man. Like, cause at the end of the day, like the music industry, it's a job, bro. Like to me, making it is getting a job. Now it's like, how much are you gonna grind to move up to management or move up to, corporate? Right. You know what I mean? And so for me, I already made it. I'm not trying to make it. Now I'm just trying to build my community around me. I'm trying to build a community of people who share my music and come to me and listen to or look to me for music or films or whatever the case may be.
Right. So, definitely. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that.
And you're doing the same thing. You building your community with this, with the fitness thing, and then now you're going to start dropping music, and that's going to hit them, catch you by surprise,
Oh, most definitely. And I'm looking to build a network of artists and entertainers. So that's another thing that I'm trying to do as well. I don't think we collab enough. We don't think of ourselves as a brand and network enough and so forth. And I think that will push us before we be our own collective instead of looking of what the industry can do for us and stuff like that. There's a lot of things we can do for ourselves that can push us up and elevate us. So that's another thing I'm working on doing too as well, as I get more into the space of being, of creatives as a whole or whatever. For sure. Yeah. So now with that said, man, like, so like how long have you been making music for?
Making, like, actually going to the studio since I was 16, but I always wrote poems and stuff like that. I used to freestyle a little Bow Wow back, when I was a kid and stuff like that. But yeah, I always liked to make music, but actually recording music since I was like 16, but actually taking it serious and trying to go out and perform and stuff like that since I was
Yeah.
like 25. So I'm
Okay.
32, about to be 33 now. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. When you say you was freestyle, I mean, me and Bow Wow about the same. He a year under me. And
Yeah.
everything like that, yeah. So okay, cool. But and I started kind of the same way with writing poems, and until I got exposed to hip hop, and I was like, oh, this can be done to a beat, you know. And so, but I don't know why I was thinking that, but I was kind of thinking that writing poems was kind of corny in a sense. I was good at it, but I don't know if anybody really feeling it. I guess I wasn't really feeling it then until I started hearing hip hop. Then I'm like, okay, it's really the same thing, just to a beat, you know, and everything. So,
yeah, I want to play. I want to play football, man. I used to play football and write poems and write raps and stuff. And I thought you had to be rich to go to a studio. And I found it was $45 an hour. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, I asked my mama, could I borrow, like, could she do that for me? And she, she paid for me to go to the studio the first time, man. And from then it was like, I fell in love with it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some of them are like, okay, well, in the South, I'll be hearing like different prices, like maybe out west or something like that. 'Cause I know a couple of studios here, I think it's like $50 an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
And this was
whatever.
like 2009, 2008.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I know some of them be higher than some of them saying like 100, 200 an hour, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Hey, for anybody out there listening to his best, I think learn how to do it yourself. Learn how to, learn how to be self-sufficient as much as you can.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. I just had a conversation there yesterday about that as well. Okay. So and from there you said that you are making that you have your own is it record label or just a entertainment company as a whole?
Technically, on paper, it's a record label, but I like to look at it as Hollow Art as a community because we
Okay.
it kind of leads into the whole interview talk show thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have a spot where we host the open mic every Thursday, but we also interview local artists, and you can
Okay.
check those interviews out on our YouTube page. That's Hollow Art, HYLOART, and we try to promote local artists as much as we can and try to build a community of artists, entertainers, models, rappers, producers, film, whatever, to try to get people to network and things like that. And we meet up every Thursday at a restaurant called My House down here at in Columbia, South Carolina. And just so I look at Hollow Art as a community of artists and entertainers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you definitely like that's what I'm saying. So you feel what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So that was up. All right. So they let me know I'm headed in the right direction with what I'm trying to do and so forth. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
you are. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so now you said it's more so it's a label, but it's more so in a community. So is it just solely for your music, or is it also with you mentioned the talk show, as you were a talk show host, but is the acting and the filmmaking go with in that imprint or no?
Yeah, I put that name on pretty much everything that I do.
Okay.
That I create from but with acting and stuff, it's on that too. But I also have a film that I did with the film studio that I met through my interview talk show or whatever. It's a local film company called Dust House Entertainment. We found out about them, we interviewed them, and then that led to me being in one of their films, which is on Tubi right now. It's called Vivid.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's like I said, on paper it's just a record label. I'm looking at I got the thing from the trademark thing hanging up on the wall, but it's on paper it's a record label, but I always looked at it more as like Disney or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole entity in of itself,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That definitely. Is it hard to get the trademark? That when you said that, I thought of my head.
You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know nothing about it. This leads me to my business partner is my dad, man.
Okay.
My dad. I told my dad. Remember, I said I started taking it serious at like 25.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get a trademark, and I wasn't understanding none of the stuff. So my dad's he was in the military. He retired, and I asked him to look at it and see if he understood like what they was talking about. And he read it, and then the next day he was like, "Hey, this is what all this means. I'm gonna help you get this. And you know what I mean? I'm gonna look out. And also, how'd you feel about me being your manager?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So from then, my dad just like it was right after he retired. I guess he was just looking for something to do.
Yeah.
He just went hard. Started like, "Hey, it's an open mic here. It's open mic here. It's open mic here. Here, I got your show here. I got your interview here." Okay. So he started booking me a lot of stuff, man. And so my dad is like my business partner, kind of like I guess a manager / agent type of thing. But we we work together on
Okay.
pretty much everything.
Okay, cool, man. That shout out to Pops. You don't hear that every day.
Yeah. Shout out to Pops, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, because I was just asking about the trademark because I don't have any trademark for my stuff. I just got copyright and logos and stuff. This logo for this podcast I haven't got a copyrighted yet, or the other thing I got going on as well. But I was just wondering about once I get to that level, do I need to go and start a trademark? Because I heard you got to get like a lawyer to really even do it. They like that.
Yeah.
They won't do it without it.
I don't even think we did that, man. I'm be honest with you. I don't know if you want, just get my email or whatever, and I'll tell my Pops to just like type it up and
okay.
You know what I mean, to send it to you exactly what to do.
Okay. All right.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, well, definitely when I'm in the space of doing that, I'll definitely like hit you like, man, what your dad say about this, and this is what I'm trying to do. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I want to talk before we go into the acting stuff. I want to talk more about the interview talk show host. That's our interest. So is not necessarily, is it a like podcast style type talk show, or is it more like a TV show, talk show?
It's kind of like a TV show. We set it up kind of like a TV show. We got 3 cameras.
Okay.
People just get up there. We sitting in chairs. We holding microphones, sitting across from each other, and I'm asking them about, how'd you get started? Where'd you get your rap name or whatever? What's your biggest song? And we got this thing we call the shot seat, where we kind of stole from Drink Champs a little bit, where we ask them questions, but we say you got to answer it within 30 seconds. If you don't answer it, you got to take a shot. Different things like that, man. We try to make it fun, and then we let them. It's called 600 Seconds. Is that's what the show is called, because we after we interview them, we give them 10 minutes to perform, to show off their talents or whatever. 600 seconds.
Okay.
So that if you watch the interviews, we got over 500. We got a lot of interviews on there on our YouTube channel. So we just trying to do what we can to put these artists in a position to show off their talents.
And you got some of the same idea that I want to do with Sculpt N Create, and not only me doing it the podcast style. I want to do a showcase too as well. So we thinking on the same wavelength on that. Like, okay, cool. And so, what's the name of the talk show?
It's called 600 Seconds.
Oh, you didn't say that. My bad. Yeah. But 600 seconds.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Cool. And it is like local as well.
Yeah, it's local, man. Like I said, we got this, a good deal with a family friend who owns a restaurant here.
Okay.
And they let us put on the show there every Thursday and record it and everything like that and put it on. So it's a restaurant, but it has a stage in it.
Okay.
For like performances and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. That's what's up, man. And before we're gonna close up on the music stuff, I want to get into the acting and filmmaking stuff as well. So when people listen to, like, you got a couple albums out, as I see, Kickback is the newest one now. You have While You Were Sleeping, and Dorado, and now the Kickback. That's one you pretty much marketing right now.
Yeah.
So with that said, out of these songs, like, what would you say would be like for people to get a feel of you? It don't even have to be just in this album alone, but what would you say if somebody hearing you for the first time? What would be the playlist they need to hear in knowing who Chris Mohead is or what his music is about? It can be like 5 songs or whatever.
5 songs. Okay, so first is a little complicated. I changed my rap name from Rob Savage, so I do have a album under the name Rob Savage. And it's called The Sunflower. You know what I mean? That's why I even got on the merch right now, the Sunflower merch. But and on that album, there's a song called I Got ADD Flows. Okay. And I think, like, if you listen to that song, that's one. Or if you listen to that whole album, that's like my debut album right there. And it kind of like gives you an idea who I am and stuff like that. Okay. But I would say listen to While You Were Sleeping. Let me think. What song on there?
You got It Finally Hit Me, Nothing, Worthwhile, Will, Ever, Arrive, and Quit.
Yeah. So, dang, you said 5 songs. I was about to give you the albums. So you know what? Take it back to Sunflower, man. Listen to I Got ADD Flows. Listen to Amir's song. I got some there. Listen to Cola off of that album too. It's under Rob Savage. And then you take it to Dorado and you listen to So Well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So Well. And then on the Kickback, you just listen to the whole Kickback, man. You gotta listen to the whole Kickback from start to finish.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, cool, cool. All right. So now let's talk about more. Let's go into the acting and film making.
Yes, sir.
So how did you get into that?
It started, honestly, Hilo Art started as like comedy skits. Like I always loved music. I mean, music and films.
Mhm.
Like in you know, like I said, I was rapping in high school and stuff like that. And then at work, I just was hanging out with some funny people at work, and we would
Yeah.
always crack jokes and stuff. And we was like, man, we should do some comedy skits, man. So we got together after work and we started filming comedy skits. And in that turn, we came up with the name Hilo Art. That's when I went to my pops about like doing the trademark was for us to have a YouTube channel with comedy skits and music.
Mhm.
And he was like, okay, you know, and that's when all of that happened. But he just started focusing so much on the music. That's kind of what stuck. I always kept the idea of writing films and skits and stuff like that in the back of my head, which led to me writing a couple short films. I got 2 short films on YouTube right now. One is called The Cloudy Day Adventure of Robbie Raindrop.
Mhm.
And then one is called Good Grief and the Quest for Peace. I don't know why. Somebody say I like long titles. I don't know why I do. But and then I have those are both short films on YouTube, but I have one feature film that I starred in with Dust House called Vivid, and that's
Mhm.
on Tubi. So
Right.
yeah. But I love acting, man. I love entertaining people, man. Like whether it's music or comedy skits, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I plan on doing a lot more with film and stuff like that too. So
Okay. Okay. And that's under the high low print as well. Right?
the comedy skits are, I mean, not the yeah, under the Hilo Art YouTube channel,
Okay.
but the short films are under my own personal YouTube channel.
Okay.
So find Chris Mohead on YouTube, and
Okay.
you'll see those.
Okay. And the Tubi movie, you said that wasn't done with Hilo. That was with somebody else.
Yeah, that was
you acting in something. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, that's Dust House. Dust House. Shout out to Dust House, man. They work, man. They put out like 1 or 2 movies a year. They work hard, man. But we literally we're interviewing them. And I ran into Derek Holly. Shout out Derek. He is the producer, director of a lot of them. And
Okay.
I ran into him in the bathroom after interviewing him.
Yeah.
And I just threw it out there. I was like, hey man, you know, I act too. If you're looking for somebody, you know what I mean? And a few months later, he hit me up and was like, hey, I wrote something for you. And I was like, oh, word. And
Okay.
I read the script, and it was literally I'm the star of the movie. And it's like a romantic drama type of film, though.
Okay.
So I told him, man, next time you write something, man, I want to do something more fun. I want to be the bad guy or something like, you know what I mean? Some cool stuff like that. So
Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
but
Yeah. So now with that, you said it was a romantic drama. Was that different than what you was used to? Like how or was it when you was doing that role?
no, it was different because I'm like I said, I started doing like comedy skits.
Yeah, that's
so
what
it was
I'm
like
asking.
yeah, and I'm playing like the straight guy. Like, you know, you got the funny guy and you got the straight man. You know what I mean? I was playing the straight man where I wasn't really saying nothing funny. I was just kind of, and I had to put my own personality to it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was, man, it was a dope experience. It was a dope learning experience. I met some cool people on the set of that, man. It was just, and it's they film so differently than how I do. Like
Yeah.
the way they set up their cameras, and it's more close to, their set was more close to how actual Hollywood
Movie.
film set is, where it's basically hurry up and wait. Like you pull
Okay.
up, get here at 6:00, and you know, get ready. You stand right here while we set the shot up for 45 minutes, and you just stand right there and try not to, you know. So a lot of
Yeah.
times, like all that waiting, man, you wait a lot, and then they finally yell action, and then I mess up the damn the take because I started laughing or something, just because I don't know. I don't know, man. It was just, you know, it took some getting used to, but
Yeah.
it was so fun, man, and I'm ready to do more.
Okay.
Do more films, man.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what's up now. But you want more like a comedic like role too as well, so you can
Yeah.
chops. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Either that or like I said, like a villain or something like over the top.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I just don't want to play like the serious guy all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like I want to be something a little more like something that I can actually, like, you know, come out of my character a little bit with, or
I feel you.
surprise people a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I feel you. You know,
Yeah.
push the limit on what you really can do and see
Yeah.
what you can do as well and show
Yeah.
what you can do. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's another thing I want to do, act as well. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all that, man. Like I said, the people I'm looking to help for is fitness wise and stuff like that is musicians, music artists, actors, and models. So all 4 of those things, Those are all things I want to do, like for making music. I want to play the drums, the guitar, piano, and stuff like that. I want to learn how to do this stuff, but like I grew up around it because I come from a Christian background. I was always in the church, and my uncles and cousins, they was on instrument playing by ear and stuff like that. So, and my mom was in the choir, so I soaked up a lot of that and everything. So, and they just didn't ever teach us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so all that, and when you think about all four of those things, when they all overlap into each other, so seamlessly, and so forth. So it's all goes around to the broader thing of just being creative,
Mm-hmm.
and everything as well.
Absolutely, man. And I was just gonna say, and that's a dope idea too, of like the fitness thing with it too, because a lot of
Yeah.
artists are overindulgent with drugs and alcohol and stuff right now. So if you coming out and you like, yeah, I'm doing music and stuff like that, but also still pushing fitness, I think that's something that the culture needs for real.
Yeah.
Is,
Yeah.
to focus on our health and things like that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I agree, and I see a lane with it because it's like you just said that goes on a lot, and then people, y'all schedules, is very hectic. You constantly on the road. It's kind of hard to get into a fitness or eating regimen. So, but the health is needed to be able to be perform on stage, to actually have that energy and so forth to get to these schedules and stuff like that. And that's gonna
Mm-hmm.
come with how you do your body. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So a lot of folks,
you're right.
don't realize. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
starts with that first to be able to create on a high level and to do your job at a for the long haul as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I need that for sure. I need get my fitness right.
Oh yeah, man, most definitely, man. But yeah, that's the one thing I'm looking to help artists with. But not only that, but it's just like I said, as I said in the intro, for their personal, physical, and career growth. It's all in the whole. Not just on the fitness stuff, but definitely that helps with everything else as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, and it's gonna work for you because your intentions aren't selfish. Like I hear you saying, like I want to do this for artists, I want to do this for artists and do that for artists. So you
Yeah.
keep that, man. God gonna bless you. Like I know that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, facts for sure.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. Okay, so but yeah, now with doing all that, do you solely do everything for the hip hop acting, filmmaker, the talk show host, and so forth? Is all you do, or do you work a 9 to 5 as well?
Yeah, I work a 9 to 5, and I'm a full time dad. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I got a wife and stuff too, man. It's like a lot of people say, like, how do you find the time? And it's just kind of like I don't. Yeah. It's not even a thing to me because it's like it's what I love to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I love to, even when I'm watching movies, and I know I get on my wife's nerves because even when I'm watching movies, I'm analyzing it. I'm like, oh, that was the way they did that blocking just now was really cool, and that shot right there. I'm
Yeah.
always doing that with music. I'm always learning, man. I'm always figuring out how I can incorporate that into what I'm doing. And at work, I probably get on my boss's nerves because I'm always writing. I'm a grocery clerk, man. I be writing on the aisles, like I write my
Yeah.
music and stuff like that. When I get an
Right.
idea, I gotta go. I gotta write it. I gotta figure it
Yeah.
out. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got to write it down, or it'll be gone. You be like, what?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. It's all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying when you analyze something, because when you on the other side of it, or the teaching side of it, or the working side of it, it's a little different. It's kind of hard to turn that off and be in consumer mode or fan mode, as well, because you both
Yeah.
of them now, So the
Yeah.
people who just looking at it from a fan perspective or listening to it from a fan perspective, that's all they know. But somebody who's make music and make films and stuff like that, we look at it differently. Like, oh man, he could have did that a little bit better. You know the subtle things that other people don't see.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. I don't even know how to turn it off. I watch it. I'm always analyzing, man. I'm always trying to learn. Yeah.
Most definitely, man. Okay, cool. So now, how do you stay sane with it all? Doing, you being there with, being a husband, father, and making music and film. How do you stay sane? Through it all.
Man, two things. Number one, man, I pray a lot, man. I have a lot of faith in God, man. I'm getting closer to God and things like that, keeping my faith up. And number two, I don't do drama, bro. I stay out the way.
Okay.
Like you can say what you want about me and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't do drama. I get out. You know,
Okay.
I'm quick to apologize. Hey man, my bad. I bumped your shoulder in the club. Like I try to stay at peace, man. I got family to get home to. That's how I stay sane. And also just remembering why I started doing it in the first place was just, I'm a military kid. My pops was in the army and stuff, and we
Yeah.
we moved we
Okay.
moved around a lot, man.
Okay.
And so I was always kind of like somewhat of like a lonely kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got brothers, but like as far as in school
Mm.
and music always kind of like it gave me a place to escape. Like it don't matter where we move to, I still got Outkast, you know what I mean? I still got
Mm.
Kanye, I still got,
Mm.
this movie, that movie. So I always just like when I'm creating, I'm thinking about who's listening to it, what they might be going through, and
Okay.
maybe I'm doing this for a greater purpose to help somebody else. So that keeps me sane, man. That keeps me going.
Okay. All right. I like that, man. And what would you say to somebody who maybe not maybe looking to get into music, looking to get into film and acting and so forth, or just going for their dream per se? What would you be telling them like, or what would be a piece of advice you would give them in starting out and pursuing their dreams and goals?
Don't do it if you don't love it, man, because it's a lot of hard work.
Mm.
So if you do it for the money's not gonna come fast, and you're gonna tap out quick. You're gonna get exhausted, and you're gonna tap out quick.
Mm.
Whereas if you do it because you actually love it, do what you love, man. It don't feel like work. It just feels like you playing, like you having fun. It's like a structured play almost. Yeah, and I think you'll last a lot longer. You'll have more stamina with it. It won't be as daunting and exhausting for you.
Okay.
Do it because you love it, not because you want to get money. Yeah, the money will come.
Oh yeah, I've been talking about that passion over money a lot, man. I
Yeah.
do understand that. So now, what would you say when Chris first started to when you first started everything to now? What would you say that journey, that trajectory, and the progress, been like in that experience as a whole, being from back then to now?
I would just say life in general made me better as an artist, like experiencing things like grief or heartbreak or because I've been doing this since I was a kid, man, and like
Hmm.
I listen to my old music and I'm not talking about nothing
Yeah.
at all. So it's like, what I mean? Yeah. So just for anybody listening, figure out a way to take what you're going through and put it into your art and put it into the battery in your back, man. And it'll make you better. It will.
Did you say you working on a web series called you working on a series that you will combine hip hop and comedy skits? What's that about? You got a name for it or
Oh man, I don't have a name. First of all, I forgot I even
put that
told you,
down?
but I forgot I put that in there because that's something that's my next thing that I'm working on, and I'm
Okay.
comfortable saying it. I really want to make I'm making a web series. I'm gonna start with like 6 episodes and
Hmm.
see where it goes from there. And just like you have the actual story right
Hmm.
here, and then at the end of the movie when the credits is rolling, I might drop a new song and have like a on the mic type of performance where I'm performing a new song, like figuring out ways to combine my brand into one thing.
I get what you're
But
saying.
like kind of like what you were just talking about with the fitness and the combining your brand into one
Hmm.
thing. I think that'll I just kind of want to see where it goes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm still trying stuff, man. Still experimenting
Yeah.
and things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Like I said, when I first started doing fitness, I didn't think I'd end up where in the trajectory of where I'm going now because I didn't really have a niche or anything. It was more so an avatar, people who that want to lose weight, men and women who want to lose weight, tone, strengthen up. I didn't really have a niche of working with artists and entertainment until like a year or so later, or till like a year ago, not later. I've been doing a while, but over 12 years now, but about a year or so ago, that's when I thought, I like, well, when they say you niche down, is either way you passionate, something you passionate about or something you don't been through. Now, the only thing I can think about for is what I done been through is what was my knee injury. And I ain't want to like have a clientele of people I'm working with having knee injuries or
Yeah,
joint injuries or whatever like that. So I said, well, I'm passionate about creativity and I like music and all that stuff like that. So and I seen a lane of helping them, in that way. So I said, let me go down that way. So I wasn't even really even thinking about that back then. So yeah, so you always got to be, and that's the thing about creativity. That is the reason why I'm saying is we always looking to
find another way to create. You know what I'm saying? We got so many ideas bouncing through our heads, man. It's just hard to not do anything with it. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And I even like to speak on my pops. That's something we clash on a lot, man. I changed my mind so much, man. Like if my passion might be in something today and then it not be in it tomorrow. So it's like, I try my best to see everything through though, and like and just create fearlessly, man. Don't be afraid to take that step out there, take that plunge. Everybody had to do it. Everybody who ever made something of themselves had to step out on faith at a certain point. So, yeah.
Most definitely, man. And then, so is it like a cartoon type of thing with the web series?
It'll be live action, man. I don't have all the pieces in place just yet. I'm still writing and everything like that, but it will be a live action comedy series with music involved. That's all I can say right now.
Okay. Or well, as it materialized, definitely like to see how that come into fruition,
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Now I do see, we can just talk about little fun facts and stuff like that. You say outside of music and film, you say you love to cook and you love comic book movies. So I guess that so I guess that way it's coming, where the comedy and the hip hop part coming from and everything. But yeah. So you say you love to cook. What you like to cook?
Man, I like to learn new things to cook. Like I just learned how to make baked ziti. You know what I mean? I learned how to make
I got some of that in the refrigerator now.
Oh snap!
Yeah. Go.
I love making stuff where I can again, it's a creative mindset. I love making stuff like chili, where I can kind of do it my way. You know what I mean? Whereas there's room for trying things. What up, man? I cook all the time, but I just can't never think of what I be cooking. I made some Cajun chicken with some rice and vegetables the other day. I think it's like a Saturday thing, with the family. That's one thing I like to do on Saturdays is cook with the family, which is
Okay.
I love to cook.
That might be something I need to do more of too, because I be having my niece cracking up every time I say, man, ain't nothing but beef and chicken out there. You know what I'm saying? That's all we eating, beef and chicken. Ain't nothing different, man. So I might need to get me a crack open me a cookbook and make some stuff. And so I can cook too. It just I don't do it a lot because I have so much going on and everything. But yeah. So I feel you on that though. You know what I'm saying? And while we talking about it, she's going into culinary school. So she'll be graduating in next year. So.
Yeah.
And but she do the cooking, but she like more so where she does she like baking more, And I think with baking, you can be more creative with baking. I think that's where it comes from her with it. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that's good. I think I do it once a week, man. I got time for once a week.
Yeah.
To throw something on. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot to it because people like, man, you a coach and stuff like that. When you thought about meal prep, I was like, man, I ain't trying to be in no kitchen all day long and coaching somebody at the same time. I had no time to myself doing all that.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah. So okay, cool, man. Like now, so we've been talking about a great deal, man, and been so like, is there anything else that we haven't covered today that you would want to talk about?
Man, I just want to give a shout out to to my city, Columbia, South Carolina, man, and shout out to everybody who come and rock with us on Thursdays with 600 Seconds at my house. You know what I mean? Just shout out to you for having me on here, man. I appreciate you.
Okay, cool.
This is dope conversation, man. Yeah,
I appreciate it, man. All right, so out of everything that we talked about today, what would you say what would you tell people that people can get out of this? What would you say be the biggest takeaway that people can get from it?
Take a chance on something. You know what I mean? Take a chance on something. I tell people all the time, even at work when I talk to a lot of these younger people, when they're like, yeah, man, I'm playing video games and stuff like that. And I'm like, why not stream? You know what I mean? Stream yourself doing it. Like try to, if there's a way to make a career out of something that you love to do, then, do it. You at the job complaining about the job and stuff like that. Like find something else, find something that you love to do and do that, man. I don't plan on being in this job long.
Yeah.
Forever. I think that's for anybody, man. Figure out what it is that you love and figure out how you could still love it and possibly monetize off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people will be more happy. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah. But some people like, man, they don't like to I would say, monetize their passion because they like it so much. I guess it kind of cheapens it for them, or they might end up falling out of love with it in a
Yeah.
sense, so spent, you know.
And that's understandable too. That is understandable too. But I don't know. For me, I like if there's a way to do it, man. There's a way to still love it, and
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know there's some people's approach to it. Like, man, I love doing this. I don't want to taint that with
Yeah.
other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Okay, I feel you on that. But okay, cool. And it's a great message, man. Glad thank you for sharing that. So before we get out of here, let everybody know again who Chris Mohead, where they can find you, book you, listen to your music, and so forth.
Hey man, Chris Mohead. I'm on Facebook and Instagram with just Chris Mohead. That's Mohead. And make sure you follow Hyloart, HYLOART, on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube as well. We got a lot of interviews on there and stuff. And if you follow the Hilo page, you'll see a lot of the events that we have whenever they coming up and stuff like that. And if you want to book me, you can book me there too. So yeah, but I appreciate you having me, man.
Man, yeah, I'll check Chris out, man, and I appreciate you for coming on, man, and sharing your insights and so forth. And we doing a lot. You already giving me a vision of what definitely I can do and so forth. And I want to definitely see your grind and everything. So definitely I would love to keep in touch. So and I would say much success to you in your endeavors and as you continue to grow from here in 2026 and beyond.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. I'm looking forward to seeing your brand grow as well, brother.
I appreciate it, man. But like I said, I like to collaborate. Still stay collaborating with the people that I have on my show. So this ain't gonna be the last we talk and everything. So however I can help you, let me know, and we'll keep. I would like I said, we can keep growing and everything from there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, most definitely. All right. So I've been your host, Trader Fit Artist of Sculpt N Create, and my guest Chris Mohead. We out of here. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. If you're looking for fitness coaching to help you reach your goals, want to join our animated network for fitness, guidance, collaborations, networking, and community, or are interested in being a guest on the show, check out the links in the description. Stay creative, stay fit, and we'll holler at you next time.